The residencies of British India were the political offices, each managed by a resident who dealt with the relation between the government of India and the princely states. The state of Awadh had been annexed by the British East India Company, and the Nawab Wajid Ali Shah was exiled to Calcutta a year before the rebellion broke out in 1857. The flashpoint of the rebellion was the introduction of Enfield rifles. The cartridges for these weapons were believed to be greased with the fat of beef and pork, which was resented by both Hindus and Muslims. The 7th Irregular Awadh Infantry refused to bite the cartridges. On 10th May 1857, the Indian British soldiers at Meerut broke out in open rebellion and marched on to Delhi.
Friends, we have reached residency in Lucknow, India. Residency main building. Originally it was a 3-storied imposing building meant for the British resident, which gave its name to the compound as Residency. The principal entrance to the main building was on the east side under a handsome portico. On 23rd May 1857, Lawrence began fortifying the Residency and laying in supplies for a siege. On 30th May, on the eve of Muslim festival Eid al-Fitr, most of the Awadh and Bengal troops at Lucknow broke into open rebellion. On 4th June, there was a rebellion at Sitapur, 82 kilometers from Lucknow. This followed by another at Faizabad and Sultanpur. On 30th June, at the Battle of Chinhad, the expedition force of Lawrence met a well-organized rebel force led by Barkat Ahmad with cavalry and dug-in artillery. Some of Lawrence's sepoys and Indian artillerymen defected to the rebels, overturning their guns and cutting the banquet hall. This hall was constructed by Nawab Sadat Ali Khan. It was probably the most imposing structure in the whole area. The British Residency in the city of Lucknow, India, served as the residence for the British Resident General, who was a representative in the court of the Nawab, the Awadh ruler from 1856 to 1858. The construction of residency started during the rule of Nawab Asif ud-Daula in 1780 and was completed during the rule of Nawab Sadat Ali Khan in 1800. When Brigadier General Henry Montgomery Lawrence was critically injured on 2nd July 1857, he gave final orders to his nominated successor at Lucknow, Major John Banks, "Put on my tomb only this: here lies Henry Lawrence, who tried to do his duty." This epitaph appears on his tombstone at the Residency graveyard. Between 1st July 1857 and 17 November 1857, the Residency was subject to siege of Lucknow. Lucknow was recaptured by the East India Company in March 1858. The Residency now exists in the state of ruins. He defended the Residency after Sir Montgomery Lawrence. In proud memory of their predecessors, the Company Foot Battalion Bengal Artillery, who formed part of the garrison of the Residency from June 30th to November 22nd, 1857. This memorial is erected by past and present officers and men of 22nd, the Residency Field Artillery, Royal Artillery on their return to Lucknow 1929 to 1931. To the memory of officers, non-commissioned officers and private soldiers of the 78th Highland Regiment who fell in the suppression of the mutiny of the native army in India in the year 1857 and 1858. This monument is erected as a tribute of respect by their surviving brother officers and comrades, and is a graveyard where the British and Indian soldiers of the British Army were buried during 1857 revolt against the Britishers. The cemetery has graves of 2,000 men, women and children, including that of Sir Henry Montgomery Lawrence, who died during the siege. Sacred to the memory of Major J.E. Simons, Captain J.W. Lestrance, Captain A.E. Johnson, Captain W.M. Carter, Lieutenant E.J. Haig, Lieutenant J.C. Brown, sergeants, 5 sergeants, 2 corporals and 77 privates who lost their lives in the advance upon Lucknow under General Havelock. This monument is erected by the officers of the regiment now in India, December 1868. Captain E. Curie, Captain R. Pakenham, Lieutenant B. Sandwith, Lieutenant S. Saunders, F. Saunders, Lieutenant H. Afton, Lieutenant B. Cute, Lieutenant A. Sibot, Lieutenant W. Poole, Lieutenant R. Mavudri, Ensign Hackney, Paymaster G. Addy, Quartermaster H. Donlan, and is erected by the officers of HM90 Light Infantry in memory of the comrades who fell during the Indian Rebellion of 1857-1858, and as a tribute to their gallantry, Colonel Robert P. Campbell, C.B. died of his wounds at Lucknow 12 November 1857. Major Roger Barnston died of the wounds at Kanpur 28 December 1857. Brevet Major James Perrin died of his wounds at Alambagh 30th September 1857. Captain Harry Denson died of his wounds at Lucknow 29 October 1857. Lieutenant Nicol Graham killed in action at Alambagh 23 September 1857. Lieutenant John Jesua killed in action at Alambagh 24 September 1857, and so on. The list is long. To the memory of Brigadier General J.C.S. Neal, C.B. Jan, Lieutenant Colonel J.L. Stephenson, Major C.S.C. Renaud, and so on and so forth. This is a white grave of Eliza Karina, the beloved wife of M.V. Nazareth, who died during the siege of the Residency on the 21st September, aged 36 years, 2 months, 8 days. Captain James Shepherd, 7th BL Cavalry, who was killed during the defense of the Lucknow Residency on 26 July 1857. Andrew Becker, 1857, Captain 40th NI, who died in the Residency of wounds. While India was still under the British rule, so these are the graveyards made at a later time frame. Frederick Lincoln, aged 74 years, died on the 21st April 1905 at Lucknow. Not lost but gone before. To the memory of Charles James, youngest son of Sir George Cooper, Bart CB KC SICIE, Lieutenant Governor of the Northwest Province and Awadh, and of Caroline, his wife, who died on 15 February 1881. To the memory of Cordelia Allen, the beloved wife of Captain Lancelot F.C. Thomas, Madras Artillery, who died during the siege of Lucknow, 18 July 1857, aged 22 years. Those that seek me early shall find me. Captain J.F. Cosera, 31st Madras Light Infantry. I think this is a pool made inside the military, which is dry now. Some more graves to the sides. Edward Henry Hilton, MBO. Mosque and Imambara, basically related to Nawab Nasiruddin Haider. This group of buildings is an excellent example of Indo-European style of architecture. Ashraf Unisa built a mosque and an Imambara adjacent to Begum Kothi. This is the only building built in traditional architectural style of Awadh, unlike other buildings of the residency complex. The Imambara is now roofless, but mosque is safe till now. Brigade Mess. Brigade Mess was originally a massive two-storied structure protected by a boundary wall. This building was manned by unattached British officers commanded by Colonel Master of the 17th Light Infantry during the First War of Independence of 1857. It was converted into a mess for the regiments and the native forces during the siege. The mess building suffered heavy attack on the 20th July and 10th August 1857. Sikh Square consisted of two square enclosures surrounded by low flat-roofed buildings known as Sikh Square, so designed because they were occupied during the siege of 1857 by the Sikh cavalry under the command of Captain Harding. A mine sprung by the freedom fighters on August 18, 1857. This building was considerably damaged. Of European-style buildings said to be owned by Shah Bihari Lal, a native banker, during the siege of 1857. It was guarded by a party of 32nd Regiment teachers and about 50 students of La Martinez School under the command of Mr. George Schilling, the principal of the school. The building suffered heavy damage by a mine sprung by the freedom fighters on August 10, 1857. Archaeological excavation conducted during 2001 and 2005 have exposed a number of buried structural remains in this area, comprising the Martiniers Post, Dupret's house and barracks, etc. Besides, it has brought to light the water management and sewage system. The cultural remains exposed in course of excavation have thrown welcome light on the 18th-19th century lifestyle in this compound. Colonel Robert Hope, Moncrief, Atkin, VC, Bengal Staff Corps, and formerly of the 13th Regiment Bengal Infantry. Native House. Originally, Native House was a grand building near the Bele Guard Gate of Residency. It was used as a residence of Indian soldiers who worked in the 13th Native Infantry of East India Company. Guard Post, which was held by the regiment throughout the defense. During the Indian Rebellion of 1857, Begum Hazrat Mahal, wife of King of Awadh, Wajid Ali Shah, rebelled against the forces of the British under the leadership of Raja Jailal Singh. They seized control of Lucknow and she took power as the guardian of a minor son, Prince Birjes Qadar, who she declared as the ruler of Awadh. Roman style of architecture.
Friends, if you like this channel, please do subscribe it and press the bell icon. Thank you.